Hello there, this is Matt, and in today's video, I'm going to answer a very simple yet very important question. How much money you need to have saved up by the age that you're in? Now, I asked myself that question a couple of days ago, and at the time, I didn't have an answer. So I started looking into it, I kept digging deeper, and I found the answer. How much money you need to have saved up by the age that you're in right now really depends on multiple factors. How much money you make, how much money you owe, how old you are, and your spending habits. Let's say you're someone who likes to spend a lot of money on expensive shoes or expensive cars or even expensive mortgage, then you probably need to save a lot more money, because in the near future or distant future, when you do retire, your spending habits are not going to change. You are actually probably going to spend a lot more money because you have just retired and you need to have some fun. But now let's say you're someone who likes to spend less money, you buy less expensive things, then you probably need to save a little less money because of your spending habits. But that's not to say that it's better to save less if you spend less. You always need to save as much as you think you need in the future. Now, it's best not to compare yourself with somebody else who's making more money or less money. This question really depends on you. How much money you make or how much money you like to have when you do retire. Now in this video, I'm also going to show you what you need to do to get back on track if you have just started or you just stopped caring about saving money. So make sure you watch till the end of the video to learn how much money you need to save by the age that you're in right now. Now, let's say if you're 20 years old, then the answer is quite interesting, because a lot of 20-year-olds are still in college and they're not really making that much money. And a lot of 20-year-olds are actually in debt because of student loans. The average is about negative $27,000. But that's not to say that you can't start saving money. If you're someone who doesn't really have that much student loans and you have a side job, a side hustle during college, and you're making money, it's best to start saving. Another thing that you could do is to get a credit card. If you don't have a credit card by the age that you're in right now, then you probably need to get one, because credit score and your credit report is very important when it comes to buying a new car or a new house when you get older. That's very important. So make sure you go to a bank, go to their website, apply for a credit card, or even if you don't have a good credit score, you could just simply get a secured credit card. And after you do that, one other thing that you could do is to open a Roth IRA. Now, I know this is something that a lot of people haven't heard about. I'm probably going to make a video about it, but I'm also going to leave a link down below. It's a link to Acorns. That's the one that I use for Roth IRA. They have a really good rate, and it's very simple to use. Now, another thing that you could do is simply just get a job and start saving money. Now, during these times, it's hard to get a job, but you could find online side hustles that you could make some money from. Now, let's say you're 30 years old now. How much money you need to have saved up? Well, an average American makes about $40,000 a year when they're 30, and it's best to save 1 year's salary, which is about $30,000, and also be able to pay at least 6 months worth of expense. Now, that really depends on your expense, and it really depends on how much money you like to spend. Let's say you like to spend $1,000 a month on things, then you probably need to save $6,000. That's for 6 months. And another thing that you could do is to get a higher credit score by this age, and this could simply be done by getting new credit cards and paying them off on time. Another thing that you could do is try to get a home mortgage, buy a house, and this is also done through having a better credit score. Now, let's say you're in your 40s right now, and it's at this age, it's best to have about 5 or 6 times your yearly income. And someone your age should be probably making about $70,000 to $80,000. That's in the high range, or even $50,000. And you need to save up about 6 or 7 times your yearly income. At this time, you should have gotten rid of most of your debt, like student loans or car loans, and should also be focusing on your home loans and try to refinance it if you could get a lower interest rate. If not, just keep paying down that loan until it's gone. Another thing that you could do is to max out your retirement plans. your Roth IRA, or if your employer offers you 401k, it's best to max it out so you can have better savings. Now, you also need to have saved up about 5 or 6 months worth of expenses, and that again also depends on how much money you like to spend. Now, all of these said, again, what really matters is that how much money you spend and how much money you like to have saved up by the time you retire. So really look into it and figure out how much money you spend right now and how much money you think you're going to need. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and hit that notification button.